All right, so I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I was just sitting down in my chair and I was just kind of thinking like, who is gonna win the NBA championship? Actually, because I do have a few people in mind, but that's why we're here. That's what we're gonna talk about today. That's the topic of the video. That's the title of the video. That's why you clicked on this video. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. This is kind of like a random video I'm doing, but yeah. So if we want to get with the obvious picks real quick, I just want to talk about Brooklyn for a second. And the only reason why you couldn't argue Brooklyn is because of my last few videos, I believe. I'm not sure which order I'm actually going to be uploading these videos. But basically, it was the one about Kyrie. And I believe truly, depending on what Kyrie does, that really gives the chances of what can Brooklyn do this season, really, because that's the obvious pick. If you have a big three of Kyrie, KD, and Harden, but then you remove Kyrie, that's gonna hurt you. That is definitely going to hurt you, and especially, I'm just surprised Kyrie is not just getting the vaccine so he can help his team, because I believe his team wants him to play, and I believe there was a rumor out there saying that if the team moved to New Jersey or something, then they could at least practice with Kyrie. Or not move to New Jersey, but at least move the practices to New Jersey. They can at least practice with Kyrie, but Steve Nash was unwilling to do so, according to the reports at least. But no matter what happens with that situation, of course, you cannot count out this team. They still have players on like KD, Harden, of course, but LA is back with this team, which I'm not sure what he's going to do for the team specifically at the age he is now, but he should still be a good big off the bench, basically. And DeAndre Bembry I like him actually. He was a good player for the Hawks. He wasn't used as much, but still, I still like him. And players like Nick Claxton is still here. Joe Harris is still here, depending on how you feel about him. Patty Mills is in Brooklyn now, which that was kind of surprising because I kind of thought he would have rocked out the rest of his career with the Spurs until those reports came out saying he was going to leave basically, or he was considering other options. And after that, I kind of assumed he was going somewhere, but I didn't think it would have been Brooklyn. And it was crazy because in the Olympics, KD and Patty Mills did play each other. And then they had a reunion basically that never was a reunion. So what am I talking about? But yeah, Brooklyn Nets are a great team. But then moving on, I'm going to talk about the LA Lakers because of course the Lakers are an obvious favorite, if not the favorites to actually win the championship. Of course, they have LeBron James. Of course, they have Anthony Davis. Of course, they brought in Russell Westbrook, who, of course, a lot of people are questioning their fit with each other. But especially with Russell Westbrook, I don't know what are the chances he can actually be just... Okay, because before I say this, I don't know who's going to be doing more of the ball handling responsibilities, because, of course, you could say it's going to be Russell Westbrook. But the team is still going to be built around LeBron James pretty much. And that's just pretty much obvious. And then with Russell Westbrook not being that great of a three-point shooter, which in last year he did shoot 31%, but of course I would like that to be a little bit higher at least, especially at the point guard position. But still, I don't know how I feel about that actually. But still, the Lakers, they did amazing in the offseason. That's why they are probably the favorites. I really like the Kendrick Nunn signing, which was it was basically a steal. No doubt, it was definitely a steal. And the Lakers, they just got a lot of great players. And I do believe Trevor Ariza will be out for the next few months because he had surgery on, I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but still, once he's back, actually I'm looking at it right now, he underwent a procedure on his right ankle and will be, did I say a few months? Yeah, basically a few months. 8 weeks is a few months. I don't know. But still, it's like 2 a.m. right now. I record most of my videos at 2 a.m. So like, if you guys wonder why I kind of just feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, that's probably why. But still, Trevor Ariza, Carmelo Anthony, Anthony Davis, of course, Taylor Tucker, Dwight Howard is back with the team, and Rajon Rondo, who I really like this addition. He basically went from Clippers, Hawks, and then back to Lakers right after he left the Lakers the first time. And that's kind of interesting because it's like, those type of situations kind of interest me. But moving on to the next team, I believe who is a contender is of course the Milwaukee Bucks, and a lot of people are looking past them and just kind of ignoring their existence pretty much because yes, of course they did just win the championship, but then after that it's kind of like, oh, but they played injured teams, even though for a part, but not even a part, their best player was injured, and even in that finals he was still injured slash hurt, however you want to consider it. But still, I just want to see, I'm a Bucks fan before you have to listen to what I'm about to say, but I would like to see a repeat, but how possible that is, I am not too sure actually. But I don't know. I just want to think about what are the possibilities of the Bucks actually winning. And I'd say like a 25% chance we can do it again, because it's mainly because Brooklyn and Lakers it's actually kind of scared me, not gonna lie. But we still do have Giannis. We still have Bobby, which was a great signing or re-signing in the offseason. We did lose pieces like PJ Tucker, Bryn Forbes, who barely played for us at all in the finals, basically, who was kind of unreliable because first off, he wasn't hitting his shots, and second off, he wasn't good at defense at all. So yeah, I'm not really tripping off of that. But still, the Bucks are just a very interesting case. Of course, we have Drew, Chris Middleton, which those two players were kind of very basically inconsistent at points of their careers last year. But I believe in us. That's just the Bucks fan talking out of me right now. And the next team I actually want to talk about, there's actually 5 teams on this list I actually want to talk about. But it is the Denver Nuggets, and I like what they're actually doing down in Denver. They locked up Michael Porter Jr., which on a huge contract, which I really don't like. But if you can just lock him up for the next 3 years, that's the best way to do it. But I don't know, because of course it really all depends on Jamal Murray and his comeback, because I want to see more from this team, of course. But if you're not gonna go, just it's kind of confusing how to actually explain this, because if Jamal returns and he's not like how he was last year, basically, if you guys remember, I'm not talking about this year specifically, but if you guys remember in the bubble, if he can't beat something like that, I don't know what are the chances of the Nuggets actually winning it all this year. But I really do like what they're doing now in Denver. They got Aaron Gordon locked down on a long-term contract. Same with Michael Porter Jr., same with Jamal Murray. Nikola does have a new contract coming up soon, I believe. But still, I know Nikola isn't going anywhere, most likely. I don't want to jinx it or anything. Sorry, Nuggets fans, if I just did. But I'm pretty sure he's not going anywhere, at least in the near future. But the Nuggets are just a very interesting case to me, and I really like what they're doing, but I just have to see what can actually happen. It depends on when Jamal Murray comes back, because I know he's not going to be ready for the start of the season, or I would believe he won't. But once he's back and he's playing, he's ready for the playoffs, which he should be back for the playoffs. I can't see why can't this team be a championship contender? They have good bench pieces. And the signing I really like that this team actually made was signing Jeff Green. And the reason why I say that is the Bucks were actually rumored to actually get him, but I don't know what happened, especially where it was rumored that we might lose Bobby. Still, I really liked what this team did with Jeff Green, because Jeff Green is just one of those players that, like, you just want on your team. He can fit on any team, basically. Same with, like, for example, Robert Covington, maybe. Same with Jay Crowder. It's just those players that can fit on any team and just bring great defense and offense. Jeff Green is just one of those players I really like with this team. But the last team I would like to talk about for a little bit is the Golden State Warriors. And of course, we all know Steph Curry can drop basically 40 most of nights. And the reason why I kind of struggled to put the Warriors actually on this list is because it can't be all Steph. And yes, Klay is rumored to come back around December, around Christmas time. But we still don't know how Klay is going to return. And the thing about when players injure, their lower legs, and especially have the more horrible injuries in sports, which we all hate to see. I don't know what can we expect from them and what is going to eventually happen, but that's the thing about sports. You just have to guess. And if Clay comes back healthy and amazing and is good on defense and is just the same shooter he always is, this team can be amazing. It really can be amazing. I don't know what can happen, but hopefully Draymond can get better because, yes, he did struggle the past season. And with Draymond, you can kind of argue if he did not play with Steph and Clay, his value is probably decreased, and I can understand why you would say that. But still, if Draymond is amazing when Clay comes back, this team is definitely a championship contender, and especially they have Iggy back also. So if they want to run that back, feel free. But yeah, those were my top 5 championship contenders. And if you guys agree with me or disagree with me, feel free to leave it down in the comments. Of course, we don't have to have the same opinions. If you guys think it's somebody else or you think I missed somebody, let me know. Just don't be one of those people who they say, oh, no, you're wrong. Because those people are honestly kind of the worst. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.